How do you tackle task list H? I don't know if you have my journal, and if you don't, I'm just going to show you and give you an example of how I broke down those questions. And I'm going to start with H1. I have my little journal here, and I love referencing my journal because I made it easier for myself to even explain it to you all because it's not using all that jargon. For H1, practice developing observable and measurable goals. So ask a BCBA, can I look at your goals? Can I practice how to make those goals? Because that is one thing that I swear I did not have enough time to practice. What is observable? What is a measurable goal? I need to be sure I can measure it to know that there is progress being made. So those are things to consider. For H2, how to recommend interventions based on assessment results. So based on your results, think about it. If they score really high on an assessment, you have to realize, what is this assessment, this observation telling me, and can I recommend 40 hours for this kid? Probably not. It's like be aware of what the results are telling you during that process. For H3, why is it important to select socially valid alternative behavior when the target behavior needs to be decreased? And that is really important. You guys, a behavior, it's really hard to just stop it if there is no alternative behavior, because guess what? Right now, they are currently receiving reinforcement for that. And it could have been even months, years, whatever that they've been receiving this reinforcement for. And all of a sudden you just want to stop that? No, it's not going to happen. Why not replace it with something where they still receive that reinforcement, but it's in a behavior that is that alternative? We'll still give them that access. That is socially valid. When you think about socially valid, it's like I can create goals, right? Thinking that are correct in my point of view, and I'm being biased, but is that correct, beneficial for them and, their parents or whoever they're with? Not really. H4. List unwanted effects when using reinforcement, extinction, and punishment procedures. This is why I love this journal. So list them, go through it, research that. And, when you're reading papers of reinforcement, extinction, punishment procedures, what are some effects that you noticed during that reading that you had? And list those down because those are very valid. Those are great answers that will teach you and push you further into thinking about those things once you do become a BCBA. H5, how to identify when severe relapse of target behavior is happening. How to avoid. Okay, but what does relapse of the target behavior mean? I had to go research that, you guys. I want to make sure I give you the right answers. So it's okay to still go and research these words that you're kind of like, wait, I've never heard that before. Let me try. Let me just Google it. And that's what I just did. So basically what it means is like, if we've already reduced this or eliminated this behavior, it's relapsing, it's coming back. So how can we prevent that? How can we work better with identifying that it is happening? So again, research that, write that down. It's not like a direct answer. I think you just have to be aware of the pros and cons to any strategy that you use. Here's some examples for you and go down the rest of the task list. And I hope that kind of opens up a little bit more for you.